Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm your captain, guide, and friend, Dalton Rutlinger. Welcome back to Sailwind. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with this video, which is I'm going to be playing with a controller just for the sake of sparing you guys from the clickety-clack of my loud keyboard, which is like right next to my microphone, but I have nowhere else to really put it. So I'm going to try playing it with a controller this episode. It's probably going to be horrific because I haven't used a controller for this game at all whatsoever. But in this episode, we are going to be making a journey over to... Yeah, we're going to be going to Mirage Mountain in the Jong, so this is going to be interesting. Which way is the wind blowing, by the way? How do I go into... Excuse me, how do I go into... Where's the third person camera? Whatever. Okay, so the wind's blowing that way. I did reconfigure the boat a little bit just to give us something else to play with. Ah, man, the controller for this is so weird. All right, so we want to be going... Well, that's going to be another question, is how the heck do I go into my log and everything? You know what? Maybe the controller is not the way to go for this. Let's go to the log. So Mirage Mountain is 207 miles to the east. Why are we going backwards all of a sudden? All right, so east is going to be that way. And since the previous video... Okay, seriously, what is going on here? Since the previous video, I've done a bit more work on the ship, which apparently is having some trouble getting out of... Oh, I think... Yeah. Yes. I forgot I lowered down the anchor. That is my bad. It's been a couple of days since I last played this. So I completely forgot that the anchor was down, and I forgot that the anchor actually stays down whenever you exit out of the game. It's not like the sails. Right, so the cargo bay, as you guys saw, is completely full. I've also done a bit of work to make the ship a bit more homely. By adding in all these shelves going along here. Haven't gotten to this side over here yet, but I'm going to put a bunch of extra supplies down here to go along with the cargo. Like, I've got a bunch of extra lantern candles that I can use whenever I need to. And I actually lied in a previous video. I can actually purchase oil from any of the capital cities. I don't know why I thought I could only buy it in Astron, but you know what? It is what it is. Right, so I also bought myself another gadget here. This is a wind compass, which shows the direction the wind is blowing from. So I should be able to sail directly to the east. That should be fine. I am going to wait until I get around this island over here, though. The sandbar. And also, Shipwreck Sean asked me what mod allows me to see, like, what mod puts up the direction you're sailing above the compass. I don't remember the name of the mod, but it should have a picture. Whenever you go into the mod page, it should have a picture of you doing this. And I believe it's the same mod that actually allows you to, if you pick up these two things, you can actually, like, switch the item in your hand with whatever you have in your inventory. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the mod. So you'll have to forgive me on that. Alright, we should be around that sandbar quite comfortably now. I'm going to go back here and raise up the rear sail. I was hoping I could use the new sails that I have for the middle masts. I do have gaff sails on both the middle masts as well, but the main sails now have the wide square sails. Right, let's see here. Let's turn you on, and let's turn you on. I have a lot, and I mean a lot of lanterns now. Problem is, I'm not going to know what winch does what now. Right, so this controls the gaff sail. These gaff sails are apparently kind of strange. All right. If we ever get a wind that's coming from behind us, we can actually use the wide square sails that I have up here. Which will be pretty fun, I think, because I imagine those sails will make us just fly downwind. You know what? I'll go ahead and have one of these. I've got plenty of them. I need to get a few pictures to hang up on the walls in my room in here. I'm sure we'll get to that eventually, but for right now, I'll just save the money. So we're going to Mirage Mountain because I want to see if it's even possible to get this thing into Mirage Mountain. I assume it is possible, but it's gonna be tight. Shipwreck Sean struggled doing it with the sandbuck, and this thing is like 3 times the size of the sandbuck, so it's gonna be interesting. And unfortunately, I didn't bring any smaller boat along with me, which probably was not the greatest idea in hindsight, but you know what? It is what it is. Alright, so we have quite a long sail ahead of us. And thankfully, right now, we have some pretty good weather. But I think I'm going to wait until dawn to continue recording. I'm really debating about installing the Infinite Lanterns mod, because this ship would look so cool illuminated at night, like completely. I know ships are kept dark at night, but still. Hello, I didn't realize you had no food in you. So, I'm curious now. Can I actually use the knife and cut you up? No, I cannot. I don't think I would be able to, but at least now that I know that I can't. Right. Let's turn you off and turn off the lights down below deck. Alright, the sun is finally coming up. Looks like somehow we got really turned around while I was sleeping. Let's keep it roughly on the 90, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna sail with you guys throughout pretty much the entire day, I think. So let's go ahead and fill up our water bottle. Put the drink right there. Let's grab some breakfast. Let's see here. I have an orange. And perhaps some pork. Where's my mug at? And we'll also have some wine as well. Some morning wine. Nice. Yeah, so someone was saying that the Jong looked pretty empty whenever I first got it, but as you can see, you can make it pretty homely. With a few pictures and a bit of art, it'll be just as good as anything else. And as a matter of fact, you know what? We could do that. And then we can do... maybe not that. We can do that. Yeah. And then... this map is pretty much completely useless. Because that's the base game map. There's... we're not even anywhere close to these coordinates at all whatsoever. But as you can see, you hang up a few pictures on the walls, it'll become pretty homely. Right. I wonder if we're sailing past anything. Do I want to keep the empty box, or do I just want to toss it overboard? There's really nowhere to put it down here. I should probably get some fishing poles at some point. I can have like 4 of them back here just constantly trying to catch fish. How fast are we going? Averaging out at about 5 knots, give or take, which is not great. I've seen the ship go a bit faster than that. But the wind is also not really hugely in our favor at the moment. Although, maybe if I were to kind of start angling out the sails a bit. Oh, that one doesn't turn. Okay. And perhaps I should go and lower down the stay sails as well. Cool. And, ooh, you know what? How far over can these things actually lean? If we were going at just slightly of a different angle, I think it would be able to work. For right now, we'll just rely on the gaff sails and these things. Hopefully these will kind of help keep us a bit more steady, because the ship keeps trying to go up to the north. And I don't want to use a square sail until we actually have a wind from behind us. Can I actually? No, you cannot. I didn't think you could, but I had to experiment for the sake of science. Should probably put a compass up here, actually. Right, well, I don't see anything else aside from Gold Rock City, so I guess there's really no point in being up here. Well, you know what? I think there is a point to, though. I'll grab my pipe. With some tobacco. And I'll just sit out here on my favorite chair and just watch the ocean go by. The only tobacco I have at the moment is just white tobacco. Which is the calmest of the different types of tobacco. I think black tobacco is the strongest, then it goes down to brown, then green, blue, and then white. I think. Not 100% sure, though. Oh, I'm out of tobacco. Oh no! Oh well. Huh. Sure, it's taking us a while to get away from Gold Rock City, but of course you can see Gold Rock City for miles and miles. I want to be kind of sparing with these. I meant to get these just for the sake of emergencies. As a matter of fact, you know what? Maybe these would be better off being here. Gotta use the shelving for something. We are getting to be kind of tired and thirsty, so perhaps it is time for some afternoon coffee. I'm almost out with this barrel. And as you can see, I actually got a new stove. The reason being was the chimney on the other one, it actually stuck up through the roof, and it was a little distracting. I didn't really like it, so I just decided to get a new stove. I'd say we're thirsty enough, too. We can probably drink, if not all of this, probably most of it. Just keep on scanning the horizon, make sure there's nothing out there in front of us. Like a shipwreck or something. Ooh. Oh, no, there's no way. I was starting to wonder perhaps I could actually finally use the square sails, but nope, was not to be. All right, coffee is ready. You know what? Just go ahead and finish it off, too. Oh, whoop. Well, that was a waste. Now I'm gonna have a coffee stain on the ship. Oh well. So the reason I'm going to Mirage Mountain, even though it's going to be a terrible idea in this thing, is largely just reputation. We're starting to get a decent amount of reputation here, but sooner or later I would like to be able to actually find the Dragon Cliffs. Because once we find the Dragon Cliffs, we can find the Sage Hills. And when we find the Sage Hills, we can start exporting tea. And I think becoming a tea merchant would not be a terrible idea for this series. Besides, I gotta one-up Shipwreck Sean here, you know. I gotta take in a bigger ship than he did to Mirage Mountain. I can't let him show me up. Listen, if somebody with the name with Shipwreck in their name was able to do it, I'm pretty sure I can probably do it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, of course. Oh, the sniffles. It's from all the dust from all the dust in the alleys today. For some reason, the fan in our truck is, it's not working properly, and it's just spitting up dust anywhere there's any kind of dirt. Just like right up into my face, because I ride on the passenger side, and that's the side that the dust comes out on. It kind of sucks, I'm gonna be honest. I'll try and pause the video whenever I need to take care of some personal stuff. Yeah, I think these are the choppiest seas I've seen this thing in. We haven't had any whales join us yet either. It's very strange. Now, we're not going to be seeing Mirage Mountain for a while to come. We still have Gold Rock City and visual range, so it's gonna be a while. You know, I guess while I'm doing this, I can actually go ahead and show you guys this, because this map is just useless. I got it mostly just as a way of, that's not gonna work, because of... Okay, why is my mouse all of a sudden not working? Hello? Hello? What's going on here? My mouse is, seriously, I'm just stuck in this sort of... Do I need to exit the game and come back? Please don't make me do that. I don't want to do that. This is what I get for trying to show you guys something cool. Unless maybe I can... Okay. There we go. Thank God. Alright. Maybe I can do it... I'll just do it on the floor. Screw it. So, you grab this... And then you can actually use this to start navigating. It's really not wanting to work very well, is it? Oh, I hear whales. I'll put this up here. I'll put this... For right now, I'll put it over here. Then I'll put these kind of over back here. Okay. Now then. Let's try doing it like this. Here we go. So you can actually use the toolkit here to kind of help plot out courses. It's very janky though. Right, so let's say if I wanted to go from Gold Rock City up to Happy Bay. Yeah, it's really not wanting to work. I might have to show you this whenever the ship is not in motion. As you can see, it's supposed to help you plot out courses whenever you want to do like a more tricky route, or maybe a route that has numerous different stops on it. But it's very weird. The map must be horizontal. What? So you go from there. The button configuration is so weird. There really needs to be a clearer map key, or yeah, button map down on the corner or something whenever you're in that menu. Because that's just, it's weird. Let's turn it back a bit further this way. Alright, well, it is evening time, so let's go ahead and climb up here. See if there's anything we can spot from the distance. Very unlikely, considering Gold Rock City is still right there. I doubt we see it tomorrow morning, though. Scanning, scanning, scanning. I don't see anything, so... I saw a shooting star, though. If we bump into something, it's its own problem, because I didn't see it whenever I took my sighting in the evening. So it should have been closer. Don't know what to tell it. Let's go ahead and turn on our lantern for the bridge. Oh, that's a big wave. That wave, for a very short amount of time, it looked like it was something completely different. From the right angle, it almost looked like a tentacle. Oh, hello. You're trying to go a ways off course, aren't you? Right, guys, I think I will see you guys in the morning, unless something interesting pops up. And another beautiful sunrise in the world of Sailwind. Let's see if Gold Rock City is anywhere in Hind View. Not as far as I can tell, so we're very much out here in the middle of nowhere, at last. There's no telling if we'll actually see Mirage Mountain later on today, or perhaps even tomorrow. Though I think I just saw something. Again, maybe it was just my imagination. It's very possible it was just my imagination. This game does that to you a lot, or at least to me a lot. You'll think you'll see something out on the horizon and like, nope, it was just like the ocean loading in the distance. But I can't help but notice there are a few cracks that are starting to form in the ship here. I might have to do a bit of repair here. Where's the one that I've already used? Here we go. Maybe it wasn't that damaged. Maybe that's just part of the design right there. I don't know. I hadn't noticed it before until now, so if it's part of the design, it's part of the design, I guess. You know what's also interesting is I haven't encountered a storm for a long time either. I was encountering them like all the time down in Astron, but now I don't think I've encountered a single storm since I left Astron. I do kind of want to see how this thing handles a storm. I'm gonna be honest. What is that? There's all kinds of just random weirdness floating around. And if I hadn't looked up, like, at the time that I did, I never would have noticed those. Are those shelves? No idea. There's some bugginess in Sailwind. That's for sure. So perhaps once this series is wrapped up, I don't know when I'll end it. I might actually just work up to a certain wealth point and then call it good at that point. But I think next time I wouldn't mind trying to have the world size quite a bit bigger. Maybe even taking it like all the way up to the max. That's going to require a lot of food storage, though. And videos will probably take me multiple days in real life to record. Maybe even some cases up to like a week. So I imagine there will be like times where I go multiple days recording the same video, but there might be some days where I just never even bother to record it because it's taking so long to get to the destination. I want to show off these sails at some point, but I guess maybe on the return journey, the wind will actually be kind of blowing from the rear. So I might actually be able to show off the main sails then. Because right now, there's just no reason to do it, because the wind will just be blowing into the square sails, which will be slowing down our progress. Whee! Boink. And I landed on the chair, too. Alright, anything on the horizon? Not as far as I can see. So I guess I'll join you guys in a moment. Oh, hello. I think we have found our target, everybody. And indeed, it did happen just the second day after leaving Gold Rock City. All right, I'm not going to lie. I am actually kind of nervous about this because I don't know if this is even possible. It must be possible because Raw Lion wouldn't have designed it any other way, because the towing mod is not part of the base game. I do want to actually try and use the square sails a little bit here, though. Try and pick up some sort of speed. Except even at the angle I'm going at, the wind is still not going to cooperate, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, I suppose. Can't win them all, I suppose. But man, whenever we actually do get a chance to use these things, we are going to be flying through the water, though. I wonder if they might be too close. Because wind shadow does exist in this game. And if you don't know what wind shadow is, it basically means that the rear sails are going to be preventing the wind from interacting with the front sails. So the rear sails will be like eating away, or just like preventing the wind from getting to the front sails. I don't know why I was trying to say eating away. That made absolutely no sense, but whatever. I also need to figure out what angle we're approaching from here. Because Mirage Mountain only has... It's going to be extremely annoying. Because you have to, like, go around the spiral in order to actually get to the dockyard in Mirage Mountain. And it's extremely narrow. The wind is very rarely, like, actually on your side in this. But I guess we'll see how we do whenever we finally get there. I imagine we'll probably be getting closer to the island by the time night falls, but I don't know if I really want to try going into the channels at nighttime in this thing. If it's nighttime, I'll be anchoring and waiting for for morning to come. Right. In a moment, I'm actually going to climb up to the crow's nest, and yeah, see, the sun's already setting. Which means we're definitely dropping anchor. But it's so hazy. You just can't see anything. I suppose if I absolutely wanted to, I could probably just hop, skip, and jump all the way up to the town itself, and then use the cart, hop, skip, and jump back to the ship, load up all the cargo, and then hop, skip, and jump back to the port. And offload everything then. But I don't think that's... Number one, it's going to be annoying to deal with. Probably not as annoying as sailing this thing down the channels. But it's also going to be cheating. And I am not a cheater. Most of the time. I won't say all the time, but definitely most of the time. Wait, what? Whoa, hello. So I guess I kind of jinxed myself by saying that we haven't had a storm for a while. That thing is really moving in. That thing is really moving in. All right, everybody, just remain calm. We are going to be dealing with some turbulence for a little while. Just raise up the two sails in the middle. As a matter of fact, probably just raise up everything. Bring this thing down. Raise this one up. You'll probably just get rid of this thing, because it's really not going to be doing that much good. All right. Kind of annoying that it happens right here, but I suppose nothing you can really do about it. I mean, if we were anywhere else aside from like just right next to our destination, I'd happily lower down the four mainsails up there, but I'm just too close to the island for it to really matter. Hey, calm your teas, okay? I wonder if there's like an actual ocean floor here I can drop anchor on. Whoa! If I had to have at a guess, probably not. However, considering how close we are to the island, and how much of a pain in the butt it's going to be to push this thing off any land in the event it actually reaches land, I am going to go ahead and drop the anchor. That way we'll stop long before we actually manage to hit land. Alright, and I go ahead and turn on these 2 lanterns. Actually, maybe just the one on the cargo hold. This way, in the event that rain starts like filling up the cargo hold, I'll actually be able to start using the pumps. Although maybe I don't need to leave this on all the time, and, you know, come to think of it, the rain is barely getting in here. Because there's an entire other deck above us. So I think we might be fine. Oh man, imagine if this came in and I hadn't spotted the island. We probably would have sailed like right on by it without ever even noticing it. I'm sure that probably happened a lot throughout history. Like, I can't even see... I can't see nothing ahead of us. It's just gotten so dark. So dark and misty. Maybe I'll turn that on. And that on, just so there's like actually some sort of light at the front of the ship. And then just, you know, for the sake of actually doing it, I'll turn on the lights at the rear of the ship. That way people can actually see a light if they start approaching from behind. Just going to close the doors. I don't really care for how the rain actually comes through the roof of this thing, but it is what it is, I suppose. All right, let's have a drink of water. And let's go to bed. Oh, okay, I just heard the anchor make contact with the ground, so we've found the ground somehow. And it looks like the storm is mostly ended. Yep. It is morning. The storm has passed. Where the devil are we? We are right here. And we burnt through a lot of our candles here. But I've got tons and tons of candles that I can go through. So, not too worried about wasting them. Let's have an orange. And perhaps another piece of pork. Oh. Okay. The rainwater provided me free water. As a matter of fact... Huh. I was hoping the barrel would have gotten a bit fuller than that, but... Okay, so where are we in relation to the island? Looks like we're going to have to sail around to some extent. Huh, I wonder. Yeah, it looks like we should be able to utilize these things. Okay, yeah, we're definitely moving now. Considering how much sail space this is, I imagine we'll be picking up speed pretty quick. Let's see if I can figure out where we are, or where we need to go from up here. Well, that's the town right there. That's where we're going to be trying to get to. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. And don't I just sound so thrilled about it? Right, you know what? I actually want a reason to go ahead and lower this down, so... God, look at the size of those sails. That is massive. How fast are we going now? I imagine we'll be going pretty quick. She's pushing for 10 knots here. Oh, wait, hang on, hang on. Never mind. That's, well, honestly, that house is gonna be a place that we start going to, or a place that we're going to go to, once we get docked up over there, but, what we find there is not going to be important, but... we might as well go ahead and find it, just for the sake of actually finding it. Tell you what, I'm also just going to go ahead and release this side as well. This way, these sails can just do whatever they need to do for the time being. That didn't sound good. What the heck was that? It might have just been some of the sails flipping around. Screenshot. All right, I think it might be time to start raising up these sails again. There's another thing up there in the sky. All right, let's start raising these things up because they're... Hello! That's a problem. Do not let this thing hit the ground. There's so much stuff on here, I will never be able to move it again. Yeah, unfortunately for these things to work, we have to have the wind, like, directly behind us. It's kind of a shame, but... I mean, if we get the wind directly behind us, we'll be flying through the water. I think for the time being, I'll just rely on these sails. Means we'll be going slow, but I don't want to be going too fast through these channels. I like how I originally started this episode trying to just use a controller. That didn't last very long. Okay, I see where we need to go. We need to go around this bend up here, and then we can start trying to turn into the island. Course, the wind is blowing from that direction, so I'll probably have to tack out a bit and then kind of turn around. But honestly, it'd probably be a good idea to just kind of sail out a ways and then try and turn around with the wind, then try and squeeze my way through these openings up here. Because you can just about make out the opening over there. Where those sticks are is where we need to go. Or, well, that hill that's like right there in the middle, that's where we really need to go, but we're going to be over there by those sticks regardless. These might help a bit. I don't know how much they'll help, but they'll help at least somewhat. All right, let's start turning over in this sort of direction. And then I'll join you guys whenever I am about to enter into the channels of Mirage Mountain over here. Alright, I am more or less at a good enough angle to start turning in. Now I need to figure out if I want to go down. I think going through that channel up there is probably going to be the easiest way. With that man-made opening up there. The other alternative is going through there, and I'm not sure if this thing will fit, so I guess we'll be going through this thing. Now, the advantage I have with this thing is that it actually handles pretty decently. I mean, for a ship her size, she steers pretty instantly, so we'll see how this goes. All right. I may or may not drop anchor once we're inside the channel. I don't know. We'll see how dark it gets. She is going to fit through here, right? The moment, it looks like it's going to be pretty tight. And I was not wrong. It's extremely tight, but there's just enough room. Just. God. Okay, come on. Don't hit the stick. Don't hit the stick. Okay, so now I can swing that one out. And I can swing this one out. I can go ahead and raise this thing up because it's just not going to be of that much use. Ooh, but don't run around though. Don't run around, don't run around, don't run around, please. Of course. And I'm very tempted to just go ahead and raise this one up as well. Try and keep everything just under control as well as possible. But I think we might have... No, we're still good. Okay. This is going to be slow going. And thankfully it's bright enough you guys should be able to see well enough. So I can just go ahead and turn that off. Ooh, you're kind of being pushed into that rock there a bit more aggressively than I was really expecting. Alright, so I probably need to... This is going to be where it gets tricky. Tell you what I'll actually do here. I'll turn the ship this way. And then push her off. Except I need to just keep pushing her. There we go. Get back up onto the bridge. Start turning this way, please. Please and thank you. I'm going to say that's probably good enough. And then run back here. Okay. Are we going to run aground again? Probably. Yeah. The problem is she's just so... She's so deep bottom that it's going to be hard to actually maneuver her whenever she gets close enough to the beach over here. She's just going to keep running aground. I'm not sure if the wind is going to be blowing in. Yeah, there's like no room for her to maneuver through here. Mirage Mountain was definitely not meant for ships of this size. Come on. I knew this was going to be a pain whenever I came here, so I only have myself to blame on this. Right, if I can just get her to turn along with the water here. I should be able to pick up some wind. Not a lot, but probably just enough to get us moving. just bring you in almost all the way. Bring you in all the way. All right, I've still got enough energy. I'll turn that on. So far, it hasn't been too bad. Come on, you can clear this. I have faith in you. Okay. Let's turn you off. I think we can go ahead and loosen this just a little bit. Same thing with this back here. Oh, but we're about to run aground again. About to run aground again. About to run aground again. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Whew. Of course, this is the easy part. The hard part is getting this thing turned around up here. Let's go ahead and turn that on. This is painfully slow, I will not lie. Maybe I should go ahead and use these other gaff sails. Just for the sake of having a bit more momentum. The helm is hard over. I might be able to help her out a bit by doing this. Or maybe I could do the exact opposite. Did I hit something? It feels like we are not moving. But we are. Ooh, there is like no room over here. I can't really see the direction the flags are really going here. Actually, I think the wind just stopped. Which is just maddeningly unhelpful. Maddeningly unhelpful. Yeah. Well, then again, this might help me out, at least somewhat. Lock that. Run back here. Bring this in completely. Just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. And it looks like the wind has picked up again, at least for the moment. Release you, at least somewhat. Let's jump off, and we'll kind of push the bow of the ship over here like this. Kind of give her a little nudge as well. All right, then there's no way we're going to make that turn. It's just not going to happen. So just keep on pushing the bow of the ship. All right. Collapse this down. And we can collapse this down. Coolio. All right, come down here. Grab this. Come over here. Whoa, hello. There's a random cart right there. Okay, let's kind of push her over here like this. Oh, yeah, you can also grab the anchor. I forgot about that with the better anchor mod. We'll just ignore that for the time being. All right, let's keep pulling her around over here like this. It took us basically the entire night to get her into port here, but we actually managed to do it. Of course, getting out of here is going to be a different problem. All right, let's raise this up before I forget. And then let's run back here. Grab this. Probably attach her to here. Very good. And then let's do that. And we'll come over here and release that one as well. Okay, let's go around the ship and turn off all the candles before we burn any more fuel. I might have a lot of candles, but there's still a finite amount. No need to waste them any more than I need to. Alright. First things first, I'm going to take this up and just get rid of it. Here we go. And I'm also just going to sleep. Okay. Let's go ahead and hire the wagon. Bananas, medicine, lots of medicine, sunspot fish, all of this, all of this, all of this, and a lot more bananas. You'll have enough bananas to last you for a long time, Mirage Mountain. You know what, I'll just go ahead and put the mail in here. Alright. Bananas. I know I have more bananas than that. Apparently this is a very short or small delivery area. There we go. Right. Let's just deliver the medicine. Wait, deliver partial? Deliver that. What do you mean deliver partial? Did I miss one? What in the world? Maybe I left one back at Gold Rock City. I have no idea. That is weird. I'm pretty sure I picked everything up. But whatever. It's very possible I got distracted with some of these bigger boxes, then I just kind of ignored a smaller one. Very, very possible. Deliver all of those. Boink, boink, boink. Cool. All right, now then. Nothing. Nothing really pops out, does it? I guess we go to Oasis. It's only 106 miles. What is my reputation up to now? Uh, 6,400 almost. I don't know. I mean, could go back to the Firefish Lagoon. Oh wait, wasn't this place supposed to be like the main producer of salt or something? Yeah, there's a bunch of salt here. That's barreled water. Well, you know what? I will go ahead and take some of your bottled waters. I'll also take some of your cheese, because I'm going to be out in the desert for a little bit. Because there's a certain treasure we need to go and find. Boink, 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 boink. Unfortunately, the treasure we're going to be finding is going to be of basically absolutely no use to us at all whatsoever, but still I can say I at least got it. Over to this hut over here. And inside here, yes indeed, there is in fact a map that takes you to an island. Unfortunately, this map is basically useless to us. You know what, I'm just going to leave this here. The bottle can just... Was this shelf always here? I don't recall this being here. I thought it was like more over here. I don't know. Weird. Actually, you know what? No. I'll take this with me. Can I actually... Didn't think so, but you never know. Oh, wow. You can actually see the sails of the ship from all the way back here. That is... God, that is a massive ship. Oh, hey, I didn't raise up the stay sails. Oops. Oopsie whoopsie, oopsie poopsie. Yeah, she should be fine. The wind's not tugging against her too much here. Oh, you're the wrong guy. I thought you were the innkeeper there for a second. The inn is actually over here. There you go. You know what? Sure, I'll share a drink with a sailor. I heard talk of a boat deporting for Fort Eastern carrying a sizable load of silk. Really? Anything else you want to tell me? Carrying some gems, you say? Ooh. Towards Albacore Town. I can't actually buy gems. Oh yeah, what a valuable treasure right there. Ugh. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking the sulfur might be the way to go. And I'll take the sulfur, and I'll also take the gems. I'll take the mail. And I guess the cave mushrooms as well. That's pretty much everything going to Gold Rock City, so... Alright. You, and you. Actually, you know what? This gives me a chance to just use these shelves here. And also, are these like too close to each other? Unfortunately, they kind of are. But if I raise them up just slightly, yeah, then they kind of fit. It's a bit tight, but yeah, they still fit. And actually, you know what? Why not use them for the gems as well, like these smaller boxes? Oh, gee, these are due in 3 days? They're not giving me like any time at all with these. It's going to take me like half that time just to get out of this stupid channel. But we will worry about that in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to call it a video here. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more content from me, consider subscribing for future videos. And until next time, guys, God bless. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next video. Until then, this is your captain, signing out.